Hey, what's going on, everybody? This your boy Mike Flair. Just call me Mike. Some people call me Uncle Mike, but want to bring back CTM Sports and try to do this a little bit more often and talk about sports topics, NBA, NFL, sports I like to watch, and give my takes on it. And today, we're going to talk about a couple things that happened the past couple days. The first one is Curry drops a 50-piece to eliminate the Kings in Game 7. Before I get into that, I want to give Mike Brown a shout-out. There's something about those mics. I don't know what it is. Something great. It's like he turned the Kings around. I mean, I don't know what the coach before them was doing, but if he had a little bit more talent, this is what it's about in the playoffs, guys. You got to have more talent. You got to have more firepower over a 7-game series, because it's hard to beat somebody 4 times in a row. Even if you know what they're going to do, you know how they're going to do it, sometimes you still have to figure out how to stop it consistently. That's the hard part, how to stop it consistently. And pretty much, Steph Curry just showed you that. You know what he's going to do. You know his spots. I'm pretty sure Mike Brown told him, but you still have to stop it in real time. And pretty much he just showed him that you ain't going to stop this today. And when somebody's having a game like that, it is nothing Mike Brown can do. It wasn't nothing De'Aaron Fox can do. It's just one of them games you just wish you can't wait till it get over with so you can get up out of there. Because when somebody drop 50, it's almost like they can't miss. It's like you putting the hand up in their face, you right there face guarding them, and they still hitting the shot. There ain't nothing you can do. I don't care what nobody say. Just them kind of games, you got to hold your head up high. I played the best defense I can. He was hot. I wasn't. Nothing I could do. Because it's hard to throw up 30-something shots and hit. Out of 38 attempts, you hit 20 of them. Y'all, that's a lot in a game where you playing 12-minute quarters. Past the post, you in the postseason. Everybody's pretty much kind of tired and aching. But he found that way to drop a 50-piece on him. So shout outs to Stephen Curry on that. And now we're going to get into talking about matchups, dealing with people in the series. Some players, matchups, they're like, I could deal with that. And some player matchups is like, nah, this ain't going to be good for me. It's going to be a long series. So Lakers are now playing the Warriors. And when you look about the matchups, they both have good matchups, and they both have some matchups that's probably going to be crazy, right? Now, when you think about the Lakers, they got AD. I wish somebody could give this to AD, send this to AD. If AD could play like that time when he was trying out for the Olympics, and when he played for the Pelicans, that AD, they will run through the playoffs. Nobody can stop him. I don't know if he's been reserving his energy for the postseason. We're going to see. Time will tell. But I hope that he about to unleash the beast of AD. Because there's nobody on the Warriors that can hold AD. Nobody. Draymond can't hold AD. He can't even hold LeBron, let alone AD. And it probably stops with those two guys. I mean, the rest of those guys are just, role players and stuff like that. If they really can get off and be consistent, they'll have a good series. Now, we talk about the Warriors. The mighty, mighty Warriors. Warriors come out to play. This is going to be a good series, guys, but who's going to hold Curry? Austin Reeves is not going to hold Curry, y'all. That's not going to happen. Guarding Stephen Curry is like when you play a game and you are those guys running off screens that never be still. They're always moving. They just wear you out. You got to be in shape to guard a guy like that, because every time you can't even really sometimes you walk down court, you kind of just stop for a second. As soon as you go, he done went around 2 screens and he's shooting a 3. you have to always be on the move. You can't never take your eyes off of him. You got to be thinking the whole time, where is he trying to go? Is he trying to go to the corner? Because they run that Bulls triangle offense where they constantly moving. There's no one-on-one isolation kind of stuff unless the play break down. Then they'll just kind of give it to him and run some pick and roll or something. But who's going to hold Clay? That's going to be a tall task to hold Clay. And I don't know if they can have LeBron holding one of those guys. I don't think they will because LeBron's older and they're trying to mask him on defense. But they both have great matchups. They have Clay. I think the Warriors have their offensive system. If you're not ready for it, it's really hard to guard because you have to stay on point on defense the whole time. You can't just go out there and just a team running like 1-4 flat. Nah, they're not doing it. They're running that motion offense. They're running screens. Everybody's kind of – and then you got two shooters on the court with Clay and Stephen. So, Steph, how are you going to hold both of those guys? That's a hard task to do, and you have to make sure you stay on top of that. I don't know if they're going to run zone like a 3-2. They probably shoot your eyes out if you run zone. Then if you run man-to-man, they're going to screen you to death with backdoor cuts and stuff. So it's going to be a series. And the Lakers, if they're hot, they can shoot the perimeter. But the inside game is what they can kill the Warriors on. I don't know if LeBron like posting up, but I'm saying if he did like an elbow post and run everything off of him, elbow post, him and AD down low, that high-low stuff, who knows? You know, they could run the Warriors out the gym because they don't have nobody that can hold AD. If AD go back to that Olympics AD when he was running down court, dunking on people, shooting, he's like he could do everything. I don't know because he's gotten older now. You know, I know when you get older, you know, your body, everything on your body is not the same. But if AD can go back to that AD, well, he was the most dominant big man, it will be nothing that the Warriors could do. Nothing. You think about the Kings. The Kings didn't have a dominant interior person. They was trying to play the Warriors almost tit for tat. And when you play somebody like the Warriors, if you don't have the constant firepower or you make those rookie mistakes like fouling in inopportune times, you're going to lose every time because they've been around too long. They've been with each other too long, and they know what to do in those situations. And shout out to Mark Jackson for building the team, and shout out to Steve Kerr for taking it and running with it. So shout out to them. Another matchup I want to talk about is Phoenix Suns and the Denver Nuggets. I don't know if you saw the past couple games, but the Nuggets been running Phoenix out the gym. And they talked about this. When they made that trade, they traded away so many players for Kevin Durant that they wouldn't have the depth to keep up with some of the teams in the West. And the Denver Nuggets are showing us that right now. I don't know what happened to DeAndre Ayton. I don't know if he just kind of checked out, but it seemed like something ain't right there. If you don't have somebody that can hold the Joker, you're going to lose that series. Chris Paul and Jamal Murray is the most interesting matchup because Chris Paul is older and he can't play defense like he used to. It's clear. And if he doesn't find a way to slow down Jamal Murray, they're going to lose that series. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I think the Phoenix Suns are planning to do something at their guard position and probably with Ayton. They're probably going to have some, but they're probably going to reload for next year because they don't think they have enough to get past the Nuggets. If they do, Kevin Durant is going to have like some 50-point games or something. And that still may not be enough because him and Joker kind of cancel each other out points for points. Then you got Devin Booker, but then they wearing Devin Booker out because they got so many athletic bodies to throw at him. They got, 6'6 guys, 6'8 guys that make him work for those points. And like I say, Chris Paul is not the Chris Paul, that played for the Hornets. And he has to hold Jamal Murray, and Jamal Murray is cooking him. I don't care. He cooking Chris Paul for lunch. And I feel bad for Chris Paul, man, because sometimes, you You come to the gym, you look at that matchup, I know you be like, man, I don't feel like holding this dude today. But that's how I go. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes that's how the matchups go. And I think the Nuggets are up 2-0 on the Suns. I guess the Suns try to go back home and try to tie it 2-2, like try to make it 2-2 and try to make it go 7 games. But it's going to be tough, guys. It's going to be a tough series for the Suns to see if they can pull that out. The next one I want to talk about is Miami and New York. Miami and New York. I don't know if New York is ready to take that next step because you got to have that killer instinct in the playoffs. We're going to see. Time will tell if they can win this next game. But Miami is not a team that's going to lay down. You're going to have to literally beat the brakes off of them. If you don't, they're going to beat you. It's kind of like I say, it's kind of like fighting somebody like Rocky or something. You beat them to near death, and then they come back and win and knock you out. So I'm wondering if New York, are they ready to go to that next level? I like Tom Thibodeau. He really preaches defense, but it seems like offensively they have to really find a groove. And if I was, what's the guy that went to Duke? I forgot his name. What's the guy that went to Duke? Look him up. What's my guy name? R.J. Barrett. That's his name. If R.J. Barrett could get his mid-range game, I will focus on mid-range. I will let Brunson shoot the threes. If he focused on his mid-range game, I think they could go to the next level. Don't listen to the media. Focus on what you're good at. Focus on that mid-range game, driving, drawing fouls, and let Brunson shoot the threes. And if Toppin, if he could focus on the interior, dunking on people and catching alleys and post game, if he develop a post game on the block like a hook shot or something, dude, they would have a great team. It's just they're so young. You have to find your groove, what makes you and what you're consistently good at, and that's life. What are you consistently good at? That's what you want to build around. Philly and Boston. Harden versus Tatum. That's going to be a good match. I don't even know if Tatum even holding Harden. I think they be doing a lot of switching. But Harden cooked them their first game. Without Embiid, I don't know who's going to hold Embiid. I don't think what's his name can hold Embiid. What's my guy name? They play for the Celtics. What's his center name? What's my guy name? Yeah, Al Horford cannot hold Joel Embiid. Not going to happen. I don't care what you say. You can hope he can slow him down. The only thing that slows Embiid down is Embiid. I don't know if it's his body taking care of his health. He has to find a way to not be injury prone. If he can figure out how to be healthy and keep himself in physical shape, he will be unstoppable. I mean, nobody on their team, if they win it without Embiid, when Embiid come back, I mean, they're going to punish them on the inside. They don't have nobody that can hold Embiid, especially if he's on. Nobody. But the Celtics got a three-headed monster with Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and Marcus Smart, if he playing right, if he get his head right. And Malcolm Brogdon been chipping in too. But they're a guard-heavy team. They're not really an interior team. So their guards are going to have to step up to the plate and ball out. So, and then coaching. You got Joe Mazzulla and you got Doc Rivers. Harden, shoot the ball hard. You know what? We're going to win this game. And I never heard Joe Mazzulla in interviews, but the coaching battle. Doc Rivers a pretty good X and O's guy. I like how he draws the plays up. I think he got a bad rap with the Clippers, but we see how they going now. I bet you he got to be behind the scenes. Like I told you, it wasn't me, because I'm not there no more, and we see how that go. But the battle with the coaches, do they have anybody that can slow down Embiid? And if Harden gonna keep cooking them, you can probably pretty much cancel Christmas for the Celtics. They can forget about it, because Harden and Embiid, if they can really learn to play together, they probably can go to the finals, no problem. NBA finals, no problem, without question. I'm going to say if they beat the Celtics, they probably can go to the finals. I can't see Miami beating them, because Bam Adebayo can't beat them, or the Knicks can't beat them. So I think this is the 76ers' best chance to go to the NBA Finals this year, right now. And I can see Doc saying this is our best chance right now. We got to capitalize. We got to go ahead and take them while they down. Because if you're smart, if you can, I would go ahead and take this series 4-2 or 4-2 and just get it over with, so you can rest. So the next team you play, you can go ahead and blow them out the gym and be ready for the finals. So, but it's hard to beat a team 4 times in a row, guys, in the NBA. It's hard to do that, because you got to think your body. You playing back-to-back games. You're on the road. You're flying. It's so many factors, and your diet got to be right. You got to have the killer instinct mentally to keep yourself in shape, in mental shape to want to take out the team the next game. Because it seems like sometimes you win a game, and then you kind of be like, all right, let them win this game, kind of take a game off, and then you come back and win the next game, and then you kind of get in that fluctuation. We're like, wait a minute, we got to take the middle. When you get to that game 3, game 4, you try to take those 2 games, and that's when you kind of tell who's going to take the series out. But it's hard to beat a team 4 times out of 7. It's real hard, guys. It's not easy. So, some of my things to think about. Dillon Brooks. Is he going to work on this game, or will he be the same next season? Because when you talk trash and you poke the bear, and then the bear beat the brakes off of you, don't come back with the same game, man. Get your scoring up, bro. Don't let the media get under your skin. If you're going to talk trash when you lose too. Look, they beat us. But I'm going to come back stronger next year. They ain't going to beat us like this next year. I learned a lot from this season, but I will work on it this summer, and we're going to come back stronger next year. That's all you got to say. Don't duck and dodge the media after you done talk trash and then you get beat. That's being a sore loser. But there's something to think about. Is Dillon Brooks going to work on his game, or is he going to stay the same? The Clippers. All this talk about the Clippers are better than the Lakers, and they're going to beat the Lakers. They're going to take over the stadium and all this other stuff. Man, the Clippers can't even win participation points. They can't even stay healthy enough. And I'm wondering sometimes, do Kawhi Leonard wish he would have went to the Lakers? Behind closed doors. He ain't going to say it out loud. But I wonder if he, man, I should have went to the Lakers. Because something about Paul George, he's a good player when he's playing, but he's injured so much. It's just something, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if it's just injury prone, or it's just how his body is. I don't know, but it's just the consistency. Sometimes your best ability is your availability. And his availability attribute is maybe, I wouldn't say low, but it's kind of in the mid-range. It's not really high. But it just goes to show you that players that stay healthy, what it takes to stay healthy, because it's not easy when you're playing the game and you take those falls. You can just bump into somebody going to the basket, and then you bump knees and they can, hurt something. It's jumping and landing on your feet. Sometimes you're laying wrong. But are the Clippers, is that experiment over? Is it time to rebuild, or do they just need to maybe add another piece to that team? Let me know in the comments what you think. I think it's over. I don't think they want to keep spending that much money on a team that every time they look up, they keep getting injured. You get to the playoffs, I know they thinking Kawhi. They trying to be really delicate with him because they don't want to be like the Spurs where he just kind of sit out on you or check out on you. But at the same time, the bottom line is trying to win a championship. It's very hard. A lot of things got to go right for you to win a championship. All the players have to come together. The offense has to be running. The defense has to be able to slow teams down. Not easy. But the Clippers, are the Clippers over? Or do they just need to keep what they have and just run it back next year? Let me know in the comments. And with that being said, guys, thanks for watching CTM Sports Talk with your boy Mike Flair. And I'm finna sign out, and I'll be watching and coming back with some more sports. Let me know what you think, and I'm out.